Hi there, it's Jen, and thanks for joining me. Today I am creating 5 cards using the March 2019 Spellbinders card kit. I know I'm a little late to the party, however, I went ahead and created these cards, so I thought I would go ahead and show the video. We've been doing a lot of home improvement stuff, and I haven't had a lot of time to create videos, so I'm a little late with this one. And so I just thought I would go ahead and publish it just in case maybe you haven't already created some cards. I know sometimes people don't make cards right away. And then also, I mean, just for layout ideas or whatever. So I made 5 cards. This first card I used 2 pieces of pattern paper. So one of them was kind of like a blue striped paper, and then the second piece was this blue with the white coffee cups. And so I just cut that paper into strips and adhered it in between the blue lines of the other piece of pattern paper. And I want to mention also this kit is no longer available. The April kit is available, and it will be until the end of the month. I did not order the April kit just because I just wasn't feeling it. I've been a Spellbinders kit subscriber for probably about a year and a half, and I think I have declined maybe 3 total kits in that entire time, which just goes to show they have a lot of a variety, and products are great. The reason I started getting the Spellbinders kit was for the dies. And since then, they have kind of improved their kits a lot, and they've included a lot of extra pieces and items, and it's just an awesome values, which is why I love it. And I also love that you can skip a month if you don't, if you don't want to get it for whatever reason. So that's what I did for the Aprils, but I just went ahead and took some of the ephemera, the coffee ephemera, and adhered that to the front of the card, and that pretty much completes that card. And the second card, I'm going to go ahead and use the solid green card base. I will also be using the butterfly stickers, and then a piece of pattern paper that I've already cut into strips. So for this set of cards, I kind of planned it a little differently than I usually do. Usually I just try and sketch out, layouts and how I want the elements to go on the card. But this time, I wanted to use a lot of the pattern paper, and so what I did was I matched up 2 pieces of pattern paper per card, and tried to use 2 pieces per card, just kind of to give myself a little bit of a challenge, I guess, to do something a little bit differently. And so that's how I created the layouts for these cards. But I'm just taking some of the double-sided tape and adhering these strips of pattern paper to the cards. And then I just started using this art glitter glue. Thank you so much to one of my viewers in a previous video for recommending that glue. I had mentioned in a previous video that I was having some issues with the Tonics Deluxe adhesive. Not that it's not a great product, because it is. I just found that on the last 2 bottles that I got, when it got like below halfway, it started becoming really hard to get out of the bottle, so much I would have to like shake it really hard every time to try and use it. And so somebody had suggested that art glitter glue, and so I ended up buying it from Amazon, and I absolutely love it. It comes out really smoothly. The one that I have has the tip that came on the bottle, and then it has a smaller metal tip, and then it also comes with a little needle so that you can clear out any glue that might get stuck. So I adhered 3 of the butterflies, 3 different colors, and then I am taking 3 sentiments, and these are more of it's kind of a gold lettering, and these ones have, it's kind of a see-through, like a vellum sticker almost. So I used 3 of the sentiments from the sticker sheet for that. And then I'll go ahead and take my glitter glue and put that on the back of the panel. And adhere that to my card base. And there's a theme for all these cards pretty much. I think there's a butterfly in just about every one of these 5 cards. So, and that will complete that card. So for this next card, I am taking a piece of the solid blue cardstock. And I have already cut out a piece of the pattern paper. This is the pattern paper that has the little houses on it. And so I just used a circle die from my stash to cut that. So next I'm just going to take all the other elements and adhere those to the card panel. So I'm going to take this piece of pattern paper that I just, a 6x6 paper that I cut just this little small portion out, and adhere that. And then I will adhere the camera and the stack of books. And the great thing about the Spellbinders kit, I mean, there's lots of great things. I don't think there's a bad thing about them at all. But they always give you a roll of double-sided adhesive, and they always give you a little thing of foam squares. And so most of the time after creating cards, I have no foam squares left, but I always have the double-sided adhesive, which is great because then I can use it on other projects, and I rarely run out of double-sided adhesive. I cannot remember the last time I actually bought some of it, so that's a bonus. Plus Spellbinders, they have really great kits. I think the value is awesome for the money that you're paying. You get the dies, and now with the addition of the stamps and all of the pattern paper, which they give a lot of the 6x6 paper, so there's always paper left, so it's just really good. So for the butterfly, I went ahead and I put some liquid adhesive in the middle and stuck him down onto the card, and then I always like to pop up the wings, so I roll the wings a little bit so they curve over, and then I use some of the foam underneath to keep those popped up. Then for the camera, I am taking some of the sequins that came in the kit. So these are some gold sequins. So I went ahead and took the bigger sequin and placed that, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some more glue, and then I put one of the smaller sequins. And then I'll take my clear Wink of Stella pen and color the butterfly with some glitter. And then I'm just taking some black acrylic paint watered down and using one of my paintbrushes that I usually use for this, and putting just a splatter of the black paint on the card. And that will complete that card. For the next card, I have used 2 pieces of the pattern paper. One of the pattern paper is, I believe it has birds on it. It's kind of got a green background, and that's going to cover my card base. And then I will use a piece of the cactus paper and adhere that over the card base. And then the rest of the card is just basically taking the ephemera pieces and placing those on the card. And so for the round piece, I went ahead and I used some of the scrap foam pieces. And here I am adhering a piece of the cactus ephemera. And then I'm going to go ahead and adhere the sentiment. And also I use the little wood grain heart. And that's just popped up, and that will complete that card. For the last card, I am using the really pretty floral pattern paper and then this gray pattern paper, not gray, purple pattern paper, which I've already taken some dies from my stash and used some foam tape on the back of that to pop it up so that the top piece is so that the top piece is kind of like when you make a shaker. I don't know. What is that called? So that it's not laying flat against the paper underneath it. So there's a little dimension. And then I'm going to take some of these flower pieces of ephemera and glue those down to my pattern paper. I have no idea what to say on these things sometimes. A lot of it is just me trying to figure out what the heck I want to do. So since this is popped up with foam tape, I have to glue part of it and then use the foam tape on the other portion so that it's not kind of like hanging out there in no man's land, so that it has some place to rest. So that piece is going to be in the circle portion. And then I'm going to use this little ticket. And this was attached actually to another ticket, so there's kind of some like little, not fraying, but you know how a ticket is when you take it off, it has that little kind of jaggedy edge, and I didn't want that. I wanted it just to be a straight edge, so I went ahead and trimmed that off. And then again, using my liquid adhesive to adhere that to my card. And then I'll take the other piece of the flower ephemera and kind of put that so that it's hanging off the card a little bit, but I do end up trimming that. And then originally I wanted to use the So Lovely word ephemera and decided not to. And then I just took one of the little kind of vellum stickers with the gold writing and attach that, and I will trim off the flower and add this pretty butterfly. And then I take my Wink of Stella clear glitter pen and go over the flowers after I trim off that flower portion. So I actually go over both flowers, I'm just showing one. And then I'm putting some of the Dream Drops, I believe this is the white, I don't know if it's called white or not. I put off buying these Dream Drops because I was like, I already have Perfect Pearls. I thought it was the same, but it's not. And I'm going to do a video on that in the future, but they're really actually very beautiful. And they added a lot to this card, I think. So here are the 5 cards that were created for the God, I can't talk, for the month of March. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it or found it informative, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you would like to subscribe, please go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. If you hit the bell, you will be notified of when I post new videos. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate any comments or feedback. And thanks so much for watching.